It's been a while though. We finally recording the podcast. No internet issues.
Yep.
I have to say, we finally got one going. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Oh shit! I forgot to change the. Bro, they gonna think we still playing Simmer and Kagura. We not doing that today. Yesterday, y'all was wild about it. Like that was.
Yeah.
That was a stream. That was That was one hell of a stream. Yeah, we got a lot to go into today. Also, I'm thinking about adding a movie portion where we talk about stuff that we saw. So yeah, we got comics, anime, and gaming because that's also a thing we talk about here, and just the news in general. Then of course the Ask Me Anything tag. Gotta bait them in there. Then we go to announcements and announce. What to say? I know it's been a while since we've done this. I would have done this a while ago.
Yeah.
What to say? You need the link to share it, or you're not gonna share it?
I'm already sharing it.
Oh, all right. Just making sure, homie. Let me just copy this bitch out. I'm just sharing it to all the Discords I'm in.
Yeah, I might make a server soon. Once I hit that affiliation.
I cannot wait for that. I'm trying my hardest to get you there, buddy. We gonna get there. We gonna get there, homie. It's just gonna take some time, effort, and a lot of boobies.
Yeah. Boobies.
Oh, cool. We got like 5 people in here. So, welcome, guys, to another Phantom Lounge podcast. I'm here with my co-host, my beautiful co-host here.
What up?
Introduce yourself a little bit more.
I am Rand.
Okay, yeah.
Also known as Gothic Churro.
Yeah, and today we have like a lot of topic to cover. We're gonna pretty much talk about the more stuff that happened recently, and then we're gonna go into other stuff. So, of course, we got the Gina Carono and Joss Wheaton both getting canceled in the same week. Like, I am very... I am like, that's, oh, sorry, there's an echo. But I am surprised. With Joss Whedon, not so much. Which one you want to cover first?
Let's do Joss Whedon.
Go ahead.
Quick.
That's like the longest one we have.
So he turns out that he has a history of being casually cruel. He created a hostile and toxic work environment. And stated Charisma Carpenter, the one who was accusing him of all this, believed that she was written off Angel in 2003 as a retaliation because she became pregnant.
Yeah. Also, from what I'm hearing, he couldn't be in the same room alone with Sarah Michelle Gellar because he had, like, they legit. The crew said
it was Michelle Trachtenberg.
That's even worse. No, they said her too, Michelle Gellar too.
Oh yeah. Oh.
You gotta remember, Michelle Gellar, when she started Buffy, she was a teenager. Like, she was very young. So they had decided, we're gonna, like, you can't be around her. because we don't know what you're capable of.
She was being mean to Charisma Carpenter because she was fat.
That's fucking...
Because of being 4 months pregnant.
That's fucking terrible.
He was mean, biting, disparaging about others openly, and often played favorites. Pitting people against one another to compete, and Vic for his attention and approval.
Basically, Joss Whedon was an asshole. Here's the thing, though. While I'm for all the victims, I still dislike what's his face who plays Cyborg.
Ray Fisher.
Yeah, because I'm like, while I agree with you, you're a little bit too hard on Zack Snyder's PP. But no, I'm like, I really think it's a good thing that she came out. What's her name?
Charisma Carpenter.
Like, I think it's really good that she came out and spoke out against him. And hey, Kitty, right now we're talking about Joss. That's weird, but right now we're talking about the allegation to get the director for the first Avengers movie in the Justice League. He has allegations. We have the lady from The Mandalorian getting fired for some very not so safe for work tweets. A TikTok person also getting exposed for doing a lot of shit. Like when she was 16, she was wild. I'm about to tell y'all. The Snyder Cut, of course, the trailer and everything going on with that. And then we're going to talk about Jason Momoa about to be Knuckles the Hedgehog. I mean, the Echidna. He's not a hedgehog. He's an Echidna. You got to get the difference right. And a bunch of other, I think the Marilyn Manson news still is relevant.
Yeah.
Shit, we got a lot. So, yeah. Sit back, relax, and do some stuff. But yeah, the Joss Whedon... Here's the thing. I'm surprised there was nobody in Avengers that came out. I think because he knew not to mess with adults. Because you gotta remember, everyone on Buffy was extremely young. That's what everybody was saying. Is like, he's not going to mess with an adult. Because I'm like... All of them were extremely young, though. Like, with Buffy... Like, again, Sarah Michelle Gellar was like... She wasn't a literal baby, but she was a baby as in a child still. That's why they didn't want him alone with her. Here, let me look it up. But yeah, go on with the article, because I gotta look up her age when she was.
Alright,
or go on with your thoughts about it, and I'll just...
I mean, I know his ego will get the best of him.
Yeah.
But, it's just so weird, though, because, he's a feminist.
Yeah, Dad was,
he won awards for that.
He won an award for being a feminist? Yeah, Sarah Michelle Gellar was young. She was only 19.
Damn.
So she was still, like, she was an adult, but it was like, she could have got easily manipulated at that age. I guess, Whedon knew, like, yeah, I'm not gonna go, but no, they would not let him alone in the room with her.
Also, it also says from her statement, her Christmas Carpenter statement, that he had a sit-down meeting with her and berated her over a rosary tattoo.
Yeah, because she was trying to get more into her religion.
Yeah. He refused calls from her agent. And he requested a meeting, and he asked if he was going to keep the baby. If she was going to keep the baby.
Jesus Christ! Yo, this man was out here.
He mocked her religious beliefs, accused her of sabotaging the show, and then the following season, when she gave birth, fired her.
But what? Jesus Christ!
At 6 months pregnant, she was asked to report to work at 1 a.m. after her doctor recommended shortening her work hours due to long and physically demanding days and the emotional stress of having to defend my needs as a working pregnant woman.
That is fucked up. That is extremely fucked up. Cause like in none of the FCC or anything did anything about this.
No.
What the fuck? And Buffy was a demandingly taxing show from what I looked at because I started looking at it. I hadn't looked at it ever. Yo, this motherfucker is on some shit.
But she also was participating in Warner Media's Justice League investigation.
That's the thing I'm wondering about. Who else in the Justice League cast came out against him? Because Gal Gadot should have.
I know Gal Gadot has said some shit because she refused to do a scene because she was pregnant.
Yeah, I don't blame her. She had a bit. I mean, legit. What was the scene? Because I know that she didn't want to do that one scene where Flash was on her, her titty, tata.
So Jared Boreanaz, who it was Angel in the series,
yeah,
he supports her. He supports her coming out.
Most of the cast does, but they've been doing it. They did the Instagram version of retweeting, like where they're just like, I'm gonna repost this, so I'm with you, but at the same time, I don't want to say anything that could fuck up my bag. And oh yeah, we gotta talk about the Last of Us casting for the TV show, but we'll do that later. Anywho, essentially, she said, like, Sarah Michelle Gellar was like, I got you, but at the same time, I don't want to fuck this up if anything happens. Yeah. Like, a lot of them are saying hush hush about it. Another thing is, you remember the guy? I don't know what character forgot what his character's name is. Gunn or something. Like, do you know?
Yeah, Gunn.
Yeah, they said. Character? Yeah, they said that when wasn't there like a sexual assault scene where he had tried? Because they said that was Zack Snyder who was pushing for that scene, and it left a strain on relationship.
Zack Snyder, not Zack Snyder.
Yeah, Joss Whedon. Zack Snyder's not that crazy. The only one he wanted to see that happen to is Batman. But no, they said that Joss Whedon was pushing for that.
Wow.
And he said that kind of messed up Gunn's roles and all that stuff. So I'm like, that's Joss Whedon, you're a terrible person. I'm sorry, you're an awful fucking person. Now, most of it is allegedly, but I believe the victims in this one. There's too many people that came out about this. So I was like, okay, only Ray Fisher. But then when everyone came out, I was like, okay, yeah, everybody, this guy's an asshole.
Oh, yeah.
And they had physical evidence.
Yep, should we move up now to Gina?
Oh, yeah, this one's going to be the fun one.
Alright, so this is what she said. That got her fired. It was supposedly from November. And also, Lucasfilms has been trying to fire her for 2 months. And they have no reason until now. She said, Jews are beaten in the streets not by Nazi soldiers, but by their neighbors, even by children. Because history is edited, most people today don't realize that to get to the point where Nazi soldiers could easily round up thousands of Jews, the government first made their own neighbors hate them simply for being Jews. How is that any different from hating someone for their political views?
Oh my god, this woman is, Here's the thing. You work for Disney. And while they're not 100% kid-friendly, there's a limit to what you can say. And what you should have said was, I do not speak for the company of Disney. You might have still had a job. But Jesus Christ, lady. Don't you think something should not be said? Like, is there any, some things should never be said. And that should never be said. Like, that is such a far off comparison. Like, you can't help being Jewish.
Here's what else is funny about her. She was against mask wearing, and then the voter fraud of Trump.
Mm-hmm.
She made fun of those using pronouns on social media by listing beep, bop, boop. It came to where Pedro had to come in and said, "Help me understand why people were putting them in their bios. I didn't know before, but I do now. I won't be putting them in my bio, but good for all of you who chose to." That's what she said to Pedro Pascal.
That's your coworker, my guy. Well, my lady.
He tried to help her out. He tried to help her understand the pronouns and all that because his sister just came out.
Yeah.
As transgender.
This lady is something else. What I don't get is, like, and she's already been transphobic. Like, everybody was saying that. And they had nothing, they can't really do anything about that. Because it can infringe on people's either religious or political rights, and you can't do that. But there's a limit to how that can go. Because what the excuse I hear from people defending her, freedom of speech. Yeah, that's okay, cool, right? But the company had the freedom to fire your ass if you. Sorry, Google's being weird. Hey Google, stop. I have one of those. Google. Hey Google, stop. Sorry. But no, here's the thing. They can fire your ass as long as you know it's the company's freedom of speech. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me put it this way. That's like if I go to McDonald's and I say, man, working at McDonald's is like being a slave. Bro, you have the right to cancel me. You have the right to fire me. You have the right to do whatever you want. Because that is a horrible comparison. Exactly. Kitty said the best thing. Just because of freedom of speech, that doesn't mean you won't get the consequences for your own words.
Exactly.
Saying the shit she said, and trust me, there's a lot of Marvel Thor that have said some shit too, like the woman who played Shuri. She said she shared a pretty controversial opinion, but again, it was a part of a video, and she didn't look at the whole video the whole way through, so she kind of gets an excuse. Because she said, I only wanted to show one part of the video. I didn't mean to show the whole thing. But she apologized. And she said, for anyone I've offended, I didn't mean to. It wasn't, I take up my action. And she, unlike Gina Carano, she actually took up her actions. Gina Carano is just
in a movie
with Ben Shapiro.
Fucking Shapiro.
How you get the most racist, most logical person to do a movie with you? Like, Jesus Christ, this is like making a movie with Onision. I don't know why people forget it, Kitty. I don't know why. People don't act like, you can be wild on Twitter all you want, but just remember there are consequences to it.
Yep.
Even what you're being wild about is a good thing, not everybody's gonna agree with you. I don't understand what people don't understand about that. And this music does not help. It's all happy and cheery and shit. But that's my take on it. You legit have to remember you work for Lucasfilm and Disney. Kids look at your shit. And there may be some little fan that's like, I'm gonna go follow her on social media. And you're spewing hatred. Like, come on now. Who else? I know there was like, didn't Chris Pratt get like accused of being a Trump supporter?
Yep.
But you wanna know why he didn't get fired? Because he wasn't out here talking spicy. This man had a mild tone.
He knows better.
Him. Exactly. He was like, y'all not about to fuck up my Disney bag. Pedro Pascal, I don't know what his political beliefs is. You wanna know why? Because he's not trying to fuck up his bag.
Also, Chris Pratt was known to be homophobic. Because he was having war with what's her name? With Elliot Page.
You mean, what's his name? I'm kidding.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I'm kidding. But I'm fully supportive of Elliot Page.
Alright, so Marilyn Manson is in trouble.
Okay, how far did this go? Because we were supposed to cover this 2 weeks ago. What's going on with Marilyn Manson?
Alright, here's what Evan Rachel Wood said. The name of my abuser is Brian Warner, also known as to the world as Marilyn Manson.
Wait a minute,
grooming me when...
This motherfucker had a real name this whole time?
Yeah.
I am done. Go ahead. I'm like, I thought this man's name was actually Marilyn Manson.
He started grooming me when I was a teenager and horrifically abused me for years. I was brainwashed and manipulated into submission. Jesus I am done living in fear of retaliation, slander, or blackmail. I am here to expose this dangerous man and call out the many industries that have enabled him before he ruins any more lives. I stand with the many victims who will no longer be silent.
Jesus Christ. How?
Here's the funny thing.
Yeah.
She came out because his wife blackmailed her into leaking her underage photos that were taken.
Oh my God! Like, she told her to put them on the internet.
She told her she's gonna put them on the internet if she doesn't be quiet.
That's fucking awful. What the fuck? And it's like, wow, this is such a bad situation. Cause didn't this
came out and said something.
Go ahead and say it.
Obviously, my art and my life have been long magnets for controversy, but these recent claims about me are horrible distortions of reality. My intimate relationship have always been entirely consensual with like-minded partners. Regardless of how and why others are now choosing to repress the past, that is the truth.
That sounds like lies on another level.
So pretty much, she was 18 when she met when she was dating Marilyn Manson, and he was 36.
Jesus. So he was grooming her when, like, what? I'm only trying to figure out the situation. What time period was this?
Around 2000 something.
Okay, so the internet was a thing. That's disgusting. Like, this man was old. Man was like in his 50s, right? I'm assuming 50s. 40s.
Oh shit. And in 2009, in an article in Spin, he quoted saying of her, I have fantasies every day about smashing her skull in with a sledgehammer.
What the fuck is wrong with this man? I don't understand. Jesus Christ.
A police report was filed against Manson citing unspecific sex crimes that allegedly took place in 2011.
Bro, this man needs to be arrested. This is...
And in 2018, he won the case because there was not that much evidence.
But there's still evidence!
And it was 1, 2, 3, 4 women who came forward at the time that this was announced. But there was a total, supposedly, of 11 that came forward.
And
all TV spots that he was going to be in, been taken out. His record label got rid of him, and his manager quit.
I don't blame him. Frankly, if this was like if the Me Too movement happened just a little bit.
I'm a fan of Marilyn Manson's music, not him though.
Yeah, you gotta learn to separate the artist from the art.
Yeah, but you can't support the person.
Yeah,
being bad because this is. But I wasn't shocked about this because I remember reading that he did some shit before.
Yeah.
To where like, yeah, this guy, he's trying to be controversial because he's trying to be different, trying to be like Lady Gaga being weird.
Here's the thing: Lady Gaga wasn't weird to like freak people out. She was weird to give a message. This motherfucker just weird to be weird.
Yeah.
Like the message was be yourself with Lady Gaga. Like, what was the weirdest thing she did was wear a bunch of makeup and put on a fucking meat suit. She probably went home and like, God damn it. Probably went home and grilled that shit up and was like, man, this is a good ass steak. I'm surprised she's not a vegetarian though. I'm surprised. I'm sorry. I don't know. It seems like the pretty ones always are like, I don't eat meat. I'm like, yeah. But you'll wear it. But
yeah.
I don't, Jesus Christ. See, if the Me Too movement had happened just a little bit earlier, like in the start of the millennium, like start of 2010s, this man would have been in jail. Yeah. Him and Epstein would have had a nice little cell together.
Oh yeah.
Cause this man Marilyn Manson, just gross. That's just disgusting.
So what do you want to talk about next? We got a lot to cover.
All right. You want to talk about the TikTok star while we're still in the beginning? Before we get to the good stuff?
I don't know anything about it, but yeah, go ahead, go for it.
Okay, there's a TikTok girl named Oli Jayas. She's a part of the LGBTQ and all that stuff. But we found out that pretty much she was attacking black TikTok stars and YouTubers and whatever. And then she was talking to one person, and this was when she was 16. And it's gonna come to a lesson I want to ask everybody, which even you count, about like forgiving and when we should let go and all that stuff. Pretty much, she was talking to the dude, and this was 5 years ago. She called him an N-word loving F-word. You know, the F slur.
Oh.
And
shit.
She's always, and here's the thing. Let me tell you why she's hypocritical on this. Cause she's the white savior trope. Where she's the white girl that wants to save everybody and be like, you shouldn't say that. You shouldn't say that. But when this got leaked about her, you know, first of all, when it got leaked, she started blocking black creators. Then 5 minutes later, when people were exposing her, started following the same black creators. Then what she did was had to take a whole week to apologize for what she did. Granted, she apologized, but she took one of those Jake Paul apologies where, you know, they put the black bags under their eyes to look tired and start fake crying.
Yeah.
And then this is what she's like, I knew the weight of those words, but I had to think of the meanest thing I could think of. Why is the meanest thing you could think of a racial slur and a homophobic slur? Like, shit, you can go...
That doesn't make sense. That does not make sense.
So a lot of creators have been saying, like, a lot of creators said, we're not forgiving her for that. And the thing is, here's the thing, she has a kid-friendly science channel on YouTube that gets not just sponsored by YouTube, but guess who else? Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon sponsors her.
What?
In Netflix.
Wow.
So my main question is, despite her really shitty apology, do you think people should forgive her, or just learn to let it go? Because what I said, she didn't say it directly towards me, so I can't be 100% angry. What I'm mad about, she didn't apologize to the person she said it to. And while that person isn't black, she called him an N-word loving. I don't want to say the word because Twitch is a little bit more strict on stuff now. And she didn't say N-word with an A. She said N-word with the ER. I want her to apologize to the person she was speaking to.
That's what I want too. I want her to apologize to the person. I mean, it wasn't towards me. It was towards them.
That's what I've been saying about this argument.
You know, people have the right to attack her because maybe they're either are supportive to friends and family that are part of it.
Yeah.
Or B, they are part of the community.
Yeah. And it's like she went after two different communities, the black community and the LGBTQ. And yeah, Kitty, she was a shady person from the beginning because she went from being like family friendly, safe to like just being one of those that want to start a fight every 5 minutes. Because I remember when she had said something about men being dangerous to everybody. She was a kill all men type of feminist. So it's like she really had no defense to stand on, and as much because even I was like, well, she can't be that bad. Then I looked at her kind like, oh yeah, she's not all together, is she? And I'm just like, when it comes to it, I'm like, first of all, I'm not out here asking for an apology because it's not me who she said it towards. I'm asking for her to apologize to the person and just leave it at that. Keep doing your weird feminist shit after that, like whatever. Just don't spew hatred. That's all I really had to say on it. I'm too old to have a grudge for other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm surprised.
So,
yeah. We done with that one.
Snyder Cut came out today. The trailer. But here's what I gotta say first. One, I don't like Zack Snyder because he denied the toxicity of his community. He thinks just because they spend thousands of dollars donating to his charity of suicide prevention means they're good people. I remember when the Snyder Cut movie first started. They started protesting at Warner Brothers headquarters, started harassing people on the phone at Warner Brothers to get this cut.
Yeah, there's a lot of bullying with the Snyder Cut, but here's the thing. I've experienced this with one fan base, and it's called the motherfucking Raimi Spider-Man fanboys. And I always compare them two together because they're both awful people. Also, didn't the Snyder Cut people protest the Comic-Con?
Yeah, they did.
But to say, I remember that. I also remember them sending death threats to whoever doesn't like the Snyder Cut.
Or doesn't like his movies at all.
Like, Snyder Cut fanboys are like the worst. But I will say this. The movie looks cool. But it doesn't look good.
It looks so much better. It sounds better too.
Yeah, like, it went from being that 5 out of 10 to possibly a 7. But again, I don't want to support this because I don't want to support the fan that it's like how I never used the Raimi suit in Spider-Man because I don't want to support the fan base.
Because I'm not gonna watch it. I might just have it as background noise or something.
Like, it's a 4-hour movie. Like, what the hell? Endgame wasn't that long, even though it felt that way.
People are telling me, oh, but you could binge watch a TV show. Yeah, a TV show is like 23 to 30 minutes. I could binge watch that.
But a continuous movie for 40 minutes? Like, I am sorry, I have things to do.
Also, he stated that Warner Brothers isn't interested in moving forward with him. Pretty much making sequels and spin-offs. Which is a good thing because right now they're trying to move forward with the DCEU. They're trying to
bring it to a better light. Because I'm like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know, man. Because this movie, there was already things I didn't like about it. And while it has a lot of good quality that I am seeing, like, I like that they're bringing in they're bringing comic book references in. Like with Darkseid's minions. Like, I like that they have Granny Goodness and they have an actual look. Steppenwolf actually looks like Steppenwolf, and Darkseid still looks like a fucking PS2 character, but still, that takes time to make. And like they're doing that, but what are they gonna do afterward? Like, Zack Snyder put them in a horrible position. Cause I'm like, how are you gonna do all of this shit when you haven't even established the Justice League as a team yet? Like, Injustice, I'm gonna give you a perfect example, and I'm gonna need your feedback. In Injustice 1, didn't all the characters felt like they've already gone on all their adventures with each other?
Yeah.
Like, they had a close bond? Like, didn't Batman and Superman feel like they've known each other for a long time, for some years?
Yeah.
Didn't, like, Wonder Woman feel like she felt like the bigger sister to those two?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not talking about the evil universe. I mean the good universe. Because they all were, like, close. Like, bro, you know how fucking heartbroken they were?
They're a family.
Exactly. But then you get Justice League with the Snyder Cut. They don't feel like a family. They feel like I got a bunch of people together to fight bad guys.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the same feel. And he's like, well, I'm not making a Saturday morning cartoon. The example I gave you was a mature game. What the closest thing you could get to a rated M Justice League game. And they still felt like a family. They still felt close knit. You were trying to set up Injustice and all that when the main theme of Injustice was breaking a bond. And I don't know. Zack Snyder just doesn't get how to write superheroes anymore. He thinks that he's writing 300 with superpowers. That's how it felt with Watchmen. Because Watchmen didn't feel like Watchmen. Did you feel smart at all looking at Watchmen?
No.
Give me your honest thoughts on Watchmen. Tell me.
Boring.
I know you can give a better review than that. Tell me, for real.
Let's see. It was boring and it had no point. You know, the movie was all over the place, and yeah, Blue Wang.
When I looked at Watchmen, I was like, this wasn't the comic. The original. The HBO show, I haven't seen yet. I've heard good things, though.
It's actually better than the movie.
You know what, Kitty? I want to know your opinion. Go ahead and chat. Tell me what you guys thought of Watchmen or Snyder Cut. Not Snyder Cut. Fuck that. I feel like we're only going to watch it for the podcast, if we are to watch it.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I don't want to watch it, but at the same time, I do want to talk about it.
I don't want to end up liking it, knowing that we're not going to get a sequel. That's the whole thing for me. I don't end up liking it and be like, oh, I can't wait for the sequel, but then I'm like, remember, oh wait, there is going to be no sequel because Warner Brothers is done with Zack Snyder.
I don't blame them, honestly. Just get Patty Jenkins to write a sequel. I mean, it's been a while since I've watched Watchmen, but I was alright. We were mostly watching it to compare to the comic and see what they did. See, Kitty even did it. So yeah. I guess I would put it in the boring spectrum. But, Zack Snyder, I don't know what you're going to do with the Snyder Cut. I am not super excited for it, still.
Plus, it's not going to make any money. It's not in the theater.
That's true. I mean, they still get, like, streams money, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's not going to be enough to pay back, you know, how much HBO Max spent to make it.
Yeah. So, I guess we'll just move on. This one is kind of not written, but I feel like it should be talked about. So, Attack on Titan. We're 6 episodes in, right?
Yep.
And this is spoilers. Potato Girl got shot. That bitch got Uzi'd. And as soon as that happened, and this is why I hate anime fandoms. All of them. You guys, the fandoms are pretty terrible. They started sending death threats to the voice actors for Gabby.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah. They also send death threats to the fucking company. The animation studio for animating it. And this has been going on since Attack on Titan started. This next season. As a fan of Attack on Titan for years, even when it was in its hiatus, because I was trying to say, wait till you get there, wait till you get there. What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
It's just like the super fans of Dragon Ball Super, how people, you know, they have an opinion about it and they go attack mode.
It's not needed, like, for real.
It's not. It's just a fictional thing. It's not the end of the world if someone has an opinion or a character dies.
And let me tell you something. You know that Attack on Titan wouldn't have happened because there were no studios wanted to take it. Mappa took it, and they was Mappa took it, and they was like, "Well, can we delay it till 2022?" And the higher ups were like, "No, we need this out this year." Because they were like, we're going to be stressed out. We already have to animate Jujutsu Kaisen. Chainsaw Man's already in the works. And all this stuff is already in the works. So, yeah. Also, they should expect deaths with Attack on Titan. Exactly. Just because the Titans are gone doesn't mean that everybody is safe.
Humans will kill each other.
Yeah, not just that, but humans are worse. Literally everybody dies. It's just a running thing. Exactly. Like, this is not a shonen. Like, this isn't Naruto. This isn't Dragon Ball. Your favorite characters are gonna die. That's the point of Attack on Titan. Second, if they read the book manga, it happened in there too. So I'm like, what are they complaining about?
Dude, you gotta know, they don't read the manga. Anime fans don't read. It's just like the casual moviegoers of comic books. They don't read.
Yep. And the thing is, I'm like, bro, if it was, then I'm glad they're not reading the manga, because they would have attacked the creator. That's what happened with Tokyo Ghoul and My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia, you know, the creator got death threats because Deku isn't gay, right?
Hey, over that?
Yeah, over the shipping. They're like, he should be with Todoroki. He should be with Bakugo. I'm like, first of all, Bakugo, that man's bully / eventual friend. Todoroki doesn't even look like he has an interest in people in general. And Bakugo likes Uraraka. Not Bakugo. Deku likes Uraraka.
Plus, I see their relationship like Vegeta and Goku.
For real, like, they're just really good rivals and really good friends. I don't know, I see friendship between Goku and Vegeta. They just don't like each other. Like, you know how they are. They show affection by punching each other. But, yeah, that was legit a thing with the My Hero fandom. And then,
wow.
Shit, what other fandom did I mention? There was someone else, I forgot.
Ghoul.
Tokyo Ghoul fanbase, yeah. They were mad that, what's his face was straight. That Kaneki was straight and he had sex with Toka. They all were like, that's a disgusting chapter. I'm like, I was like, first of all, the reason he got messed up in the first place and turned to a ghoul is because he was chasing Putang. He was chasing the box. And guess what happened to the box? Turned out to have tentacles. So I'm like, yeah, none of the, because they wanted him to end up with Hide. But did he know he ended up with Toka and had a family? I don't know. It usually I don't know. There's weird sections of fan bases. Sort of like how people wanted Naruto to end up with Sakura. I'm sorry, Rin, you are in that fucking category. Hey, at least you didn't send death threat to the creator.
No, I just pretended it happened and then moved on.
Power friendship doesn't work in the AOT. I hate it when the creators of anime or manga get hate for things that were one of their decisions in their fucking materials. Exactly, kidding. Second, technically it was everybody in the Scouts' fault too. Remember, they were being loud and not paying attention. And guess what happened to guess what happened to Sasha? Because they weren't paying attention. She was the only one that was like, yo, y'all hear that? She got popped. Hell, if Falco didn't move her out the way, she would have been shot too. That's why I'm like, Falco's a good boy. That's our good boy. That is that's our son. We take care of him. About to say, I bet you Aaron's like, damn, I didn't think you had it in you. And you want to join the Scouts, Falco? You want to shoot some races? But nah, I just want to talk about that. I felt like it was wrong for them to do that. Let's go. Let's move on. You want to save WandaVision for later?
Yeah, we save it for last.
Yeah, because that's kind of big. So we already talked about this lady and that dude.
So HBO Max and CW are working together to create original shows.
Yeah, I saw that. A lot of animation too.
And I'm noticing that the budget for Superman and Lois Lane Adventures, that new show we're getting this month, has a pretty big budget. compared to the other CW shows.
Hello, guys. Like, how big is the budget for the shows, though?
It looks like HBO Max is helping CW.
I think because they're gonna be streaming them along HBO Max. So like,
Well, here's the thing: the new shows that we're gonna get, they're gonna go on HBO Max first.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna air on CW the next day.
That's a genius. Like, cause Paramount is doing that.
Because they did that with Stargirl. It was on DCU. Then it went on Sundays or Mondays for CW.
Yeah. Cause I think Paramount is doing that with the CBS shows. Cause what that show called? There was one show about, I think it was like the Silence of the Lambs prequel or whatever. And they
Clarice?
Yeah, they said it's gonna air alongside it. So I mean, I don't know. I think streaming services are gonna start doing that for shows that come on TV. So you can kind of save like TV stations and then save Netflix. So that way, TV doesn't die out.
Yeah.
It's an interesting idea. I know that one of the TV animated shows they have coming for CW was Velma, and they're doing a Clone High revival.
Oh wow!
Didn't Clone High get axed because of a Mahatma Gandhi joke?
Yeah, I think so.
It was not that bad. Gandhi was a good character in that. I'm surprised they didn't cancel it over them having a clone version of JFK. That's what I'm like. Gandhi is your cutting off point, but JFK, that's cool. Like, nobody said anything about that. Nobody.
So Jason Momoa is going to be Knuckles, maybe.
I'm down.
They haven't revealed if it's a yes or no.
To be honest, what they're doing for Sonic 2, they already showed Tails is gonna be in it. So I mean, I have no problem with it. I'm just wondering where it's gonna take place at. Like, is it gonna take place in the Green Hill Zone, like Sonic's world, or is it gonna take place in, the modern world? But Jason Momoa sounds like Knuckles. Honestly, honestly, it had to be him, or a Jamaican guy, because let's face it, Knuckles was already Jamaican. This man had dreads and liked to punch things, so I'm completely fine with it. I honestly don't see why Sonic needed a movie, but then the movie came out and was actually a decent movie. I'm not even gonna say decent. That was a good movie. It wasn't all that because the plot was.
Jim Carrey did a good job as Robotnik.
Oh yeah, he did an awesome job. I didn't think Jim Carrey could pull that off. Cause I was like, it's gonna be too out of the. No, he knew how to capture that character. Cause Dr. Robotnik's ridiculous anyway. Or Eggman.
So Keanu Reeves was offered Kraven the Hunter role, but he turned it down.
You're moving a little fast for these subjects. You're moving a little fast, Ren.
Sorry. Because we don't have much to talk about the Jason Momoa thing, because we don't know if he said yes or no.
That is completely true. But yeah,
Keanu Reeves, I think, turned down the role for Kraven because of John Wick 4 and 5 that he's filming together.
Is it bad I don't see him as Kraven?
I kind of do and don't. But he could speak Russian really well. If you've seen the first two John Wick movies.
I have. But no, I can't see him as Kraven because I don't know. It's like, who else would? And I know he's busy, but Pedro Pascal could have been Kraven. Like,
yeah,
he could have been Kraven. I'm trying to think. Carl Urban could have been an amazing Kraven. I just don't see.
That's what the fans want really bad.
I just can't see Keanu Reeves obsessing over Spider-Man and chasing him down. Like John Wick, sure, but I can't see John Wick
It's
crazy.
the same thing as I can't see him as Namor being thirsty for Sue Storm.
Yeah. I mean, but with like the Invisible Woman, I don't know, that subplot was weird in the comics anyway. It was like I can't see him as Kraven. I usually can see like when they give actors a shot. Honestly, I couldn't see him as Wolverine either. Because I was like, let me think about it. He's a little... Then I have to remember Wolverine doesn't age. Because like Keanu Reeves doesn't look his age though. But the Keanu Reeves looked like he's in his 30s, like forever. So I can't see him as Wolverine. Then I was like, Wolverine doesn't age. Then I think like, what was the height? Then I remember Hugh Jackman was tall.
Yeah.
Let's say Wolverine was like 4 feet something. Hold up, let me look at Wolverine's height.
He's 5'3".
Bro, I'm taller than Wolverine.
Or something terrible. Like that.
This man is 5. Hold up. Yeah, he is only 5'3". This man is 5'3" and weighs 300 pounds. That is
I mean, to cast Wolverine, this is part of the subject, part of the thing. Joe Russo wants to make a Wolverine movie or series.
Oh yeah, we can combine that.
I don't know, it's getting really hard because Hugh Jackman did such an amazing job as Wolverine.
I can't see it. It's like the casting. That's the main problem. Yeah, Kitty, he's short. Wolverine's a very short man in the comics. This man legit had to look up to talk to Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's only 7? He's only 5'7".
Yeah. He's about 5'7", yeah.
He's not exactly tall either. But no, it's like I can't see anyone else who's as Wolverine either. Cause I think he's the only person only superhero to be captain and to have a role for 18 straight years.
Yeah, plus, how will they do it? Will they do it again, like have a tall guy, or will they have somebody that's like 5'5", 5'6"?
At this point, I'm just gonna say we're gonna leave the height out of it for one reason. There are not a lot of short people in Hollywood that have like the build of Wolverine. Like that's...
Yeah, that's true.
Like, shoot. And then it's like, we gotta pick someone that you can have for a lot of movies, because Wolverine...
And also the major big thing that Marvel does.
Which is...
And here it is. Eye candy.
Yeah, that's their point. That's gonna be hard. I mean, they said the guy from Kingsman, but... Again, he looks super young, but I'm like... Wolverine, the ages slowly, but not that slowly.
Yeah.
Like, that's gonna be awkward. And then he's supposed to look older than most of the X-Men. Like, him and Cyclops he's supposed to look older than Cyclops.
Yeah.
So they got that's why I'm wondering, when they casted Evan Peters, and I know we haven't talked, we're gonna save WandaVision for later, but I just want to say this. When they casted Evan Peters for Quicksilver, are they bringing in the rest of the cast? Because if they can bring him in that easily, then they can possibly cast the rest of the X-Men cast, right?
I mean, there's only one problem with that cast, and it's Jean Grey. She's the only bad one. The rest did good.
That one's debatable. That one's debatable, because, I don't know, she did a pretty good Phoenix. About to say, like, she was a horrifying Phoenix from Dark Phoenix, but then again, I hate that movie with a burning passion. Damn, but he can kill you. It's a lot to live up to. Yeah, what Wolverine? I say just leave Wolverine alone and go to another superhero. Yeah, but you can't do that when you bring in the X-Men, because you got to bring in iconic members with the MCU. I feel like the MCU can do him right. Like, we can get an origin story that's an actual Wolverine origin story. with the MCU, like, you can't just leave him out. All the other characters have to be in there to get a full Marvel universe. I guess, like,
they could, but Wolverine is their second moneymaker.
Yeah.
Of Marvel, their second mascot, because he's really popular.
It's like it goes Spider-Man. You can't have a Marvel universe without Spider-Man. You can't have a Marvel universe without Wolverine. Now you can't have a Marvel universe without Iron Man, and you can't have a Marvel universe without Captain America or the Hulk. Those are the 5 ones. Thor, I would debate it's still a 6th member because nobody said they want to be Thor for Halloween. It's like those are the 5. You have to keep those 5 major players on the board. But Iron Man and Cap are gone. Meaning you have Spider-Man, which people aren't too hot on MCU Spider-Man anyway, but they do want to see Tobey and Andrew come back and meet that Spider-Man, which I'm totally fine with. Yeah. I remember when it used to be you couldn't have a Marvel Universe without the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, but they lost their popularity. Because Marvel doesn't know how to push superheroes anymore. But it's fucking ridiculous. I don't know. When it comes to Wolverine, it's going to be hard. But Joe Russo directing it, I have no problem with that.
Yeah, look great how he did Winter Soldier.
It's not going to feel like a superhero movie, and that's what I want to see.
Yeah.
About to say, I don't want to see no superhero movie if it's Joe Russo directing it and it's a Wolverine movie. I want to see this man Wolverine doing what he did in X-Men Origins, the video game, when this man was catching bodies left and right. I want to see somebody get chopped in half. But, you know, it's still Marvel and Disney, so probably not. We don't get that lucky. Honestly, I feel like he said film or series. I feel like a series would do better, though.
Oh, yeah. We could see him, like, hunt down the X-Men. We could see him hunt down Winter Soldier, Falcon. Just him being an assassin for hire would be good for him.
Yeah. I don't know, but you gotta see which version they're using, because X-Men 616 Wolverine was not a hunter or an assassin. Like, he didn't go after superheroes unless he was kidnapped or something. Other than that, they would get in the way of him fighting villains. Or him hunting down Weapon X.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't see him doing all that. I see him, like, going to Japan and trying to meet up with somebody. Or going to here, going there. Because he was more of an adventurer than he was an assassin. And for some reason, you gotta remember, Ultimate Wolverine was a douchebag. So we're probably not getting that version.
Maybe a mixture.
Yeah, but we're not gonna get the hunter-assassin version, because it's like... They have Winter Soldier for that. Why would we want to see it again?
Yeah, that's true.
And it's like, we'd probably focus on him like... he'd still be killing like ninjas and crap. But it's like, we'd probably get him, like, in the middle of looking for somebody, and that's what happens. He's like, oh, well, someone trying to throw hands, can't have that. Snicked, and starts killing people. Not just that, but Winter Soldier's rated TVMA, so if they do a TV series, that pesky R rating isn't there, but that TVMA one is there.
Oh, yeah.
Because one episode of Winter Soldier's rated TVMA. And honestly, if they do Marvel Zombies for the What If series, that might be TVMA too. Right?
I can see that. I can see they could do series like that. They could do like TV 14 or whatever the rating for PG-13 is on TV, and then have one episode TVMA for violence or language.
Because if you want to be honest, sometimes
that'd be interesting.
This is a really stupid comparison, but on Toonami, some episodes of Naruto was rated TVMA.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, you remember when Obito went crazy and murdered all those people in the village? When he saw Kakashi do that to Ren, that was rated TVMA. The Dragon Ball episode when Vegeta blew up those people was rated TVMA. When it came on Adult Swim.
Oh, shit.
But it was on a Dragon Ball Z Kai. Like even in on Nickelodeon when they showed that episode, it was TV PG.
Oh wow.
So I mean, like a lot of stations aren't scared of the TVMA rating. It's gonna be a very scarce thing. What I'm wondering about is what that Winter Soldier episode rated TVMA for. Winter Soldier Falcon. Probably, yeah. But what are we gonna see? Are we gonna see Falcon chop somebody in half with his wings? Or am I asking for too? I'm asking for too much. Moving on. Actually, I think we got through most of the topics.
So Wonder Girl was supposed to get a series from CW. The new Wonder Girl, the new Wonder Woman.
Oh wait. Let me show everybody the Queen.
Sorry, yeah, show the Queen. Yeah, show the Queen.
That is the Queen. I don't think Kitty has seen the Queen. About to say, I don't think she's seen the future state Queen. Say, I don't think I'll say everybody must worship the Queen. Hold up. Because I'm looking for an image, so a clean image. I know what the sickos on the internet have. God damn it! I'm sorry. See, that's the Queen. That the new Wonder Woman. That's the Queen. We stand our queens. We stand our queens, our kings, and our cosmic beings.
There's no answer to why it was canceled, but the writer of the show, who said they were enjoying their time writing it, was the one that announced that it was canceled.
You think probably creative differences?
I think it's creative differences.
Yeah, cause this character doesn't have a lot of depth. Not a lot of depth. I mean, like a lot of stories to tell.
No, it's just weird that she's. At first, I was like, okay, pretty cool. Then I was thinking, wait a minute, she doesn't have too much though. She only has a couple of issues, and then she's getting her own series in I think April or May.
Yeah. Also, Kitty said she approves of the Queen.
Good, nice. She has good taste.
Yeah, she has good taste. I don't know. I was excited for this one. Yeah, I remember I haven't looked at the CW in a while. I skipped most of last season. It probably would have made me look at CW stuff again.
So since we're discussing CW a little bit, Grant Gustin's having a baby.
Oh, our Flash is having a child.
Yep.
Good for him. I'm happy. Good job. He didn't fuck up the timeline again. That's our boy.
All right, ready for WandaVision?
Oh yeah, we got. She said, "Y'all already knew I have good taste." Of course, Kitty, we know that. And now for our final topic of the day before we start the questions. WandaVision. Episode 5 and 6 were possibly some of the most amazing episodes I've ever seen of this fucking show. And I love this show through and through.
I'm just wondering.
Go ahead.
I'm wondering from episode 5. Did Mephisto make a deal with Wanda? Like, did they interact just for him to come back? Quicksilver.
I'm wondering that too. But you gotta remember, she does have the capability to bring back things from the dead. But it's not perfect.
You remember that she did say it herself, when the dog died, that there's things she can do and things she can't do.
Yeah, but she was trying to teach them responsibility. I think that was what that was.
Yeah.
Because I feel like she would have brought back the dog, but then the kids would have saw it. And we already know the kid has he knows how to use his powers.
Yeah.
He was able to age him and his brother up. So.
Plus, what was Sword doing with Vision?
That's what I'm.
Why did they think? Why did they take his body after he died?
Okay, this is not my theory. This is from someone from TikTok, but he's super cool dude. I don't even remember his username, but me and him and I talked because I saw someone make a video about it, and then she told me where to find like the Discord, and I went and talked to him. He said they were using him to make Sentinels because they saw that maybe Wanda brought mutants in or superpowered beings, and he saw them as a threat. And this guy might be related to William Stryker, Marvel's #1 mutant hater. So they think they were scanning his schematics and seeing how his AIs and everything worked so they can make Sentinels.
That will make a lot of sense.
Not my theory, and if the person who does it eventually watches this podcast, please write down please write down your username and everything. I need to get you for a podcast, my guy. But yeah, I can see them trying to do that. You gotta remember, Thanos. You gotta remember, it only takes like a couple of weeks after Thanos' attack in Endgame. So yeah, that's a big hint. Second, Wanda's. You gotta remember, she kind of like went crazy because she technically kidnapped a town of people to possess them.
Yeah.
So wouldn't you be kind of scared too?
Yeah, and I would have, if I was alone like her, resurrect my lover and all that, to not be alone anymore, because, you know, she did say it in another episode that she felt lonely.
And the thing is, another thing that brings me to they were making Sentinels, as soon as Monica got her energy powers, which she's probably going to show in the next couple episodes, you know that this man's whole demeanor towards her changed.
Yeah.
Like he was more hostile and aggressive towards her and keeping secrets. And that's because she was no longer a human. She was a superhuman. It could probably snap that little nigga's neck in like 5 minutes.
Or what we call in the comic book world a mutate.
Mm-hmm. So it's like, honestly, that would make a lot of sense. And here's the thing, everyone's like, well, wouldn't there be mutates instead of mutants? Let's look in recent comics with Franklin Richards. It was revealed Franklin Richards was never a mutant. He was using his reality warping ability to create an X gene inside of himself so he would be a mutant. Trust me, it's a lot more complicated. I just made it very simplified. Nobody got time for that.
So they did say in one of the episodes, a group of astronauts went missing.
Being the Fantastic Four. And not the astronaut being missing. They were looking for someone who could go into the Hex, who would be willing to take that plunge. And Monica said, I know an aerospace engineer. The only super intelligent, super risky, dumbass of a fucking engineer to take that job is Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards. That motherfucker.
Someone told me they believe could also be Hank McCoy.
I could see that, but he's a biological engineer. A biological scientist.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He focuses on biology, so it's like, I don't think that's him. And then it's like, they said Forge, but Forge is a mechanic. So it's like, I'm like, it had to point to Mr. Fantastic. There's too much fucking evidence toward that. They want to bring in the Fantastic Four.
Plus, they're working on that movie too.
Yeah, you gotta remember who the only two teams that mess with reality warping and all that stuff is the Fantastic Four and the X-Men. They have more of a connection with each other than most. So I'm like, it's possibly gonna be Mr. Fantastic, and it's gonna be yeah. I'm honestly thinking, remember that lady that ran the town in the first 2 episodes? When they were at that country club? I'm thinking that might be Susan. That is a really out there theory. It's either Susan or Mephisto. Or whoever manipulated Wanda, because I was like, as much as we keep pointing to Mephisto, We keep forgetting Blackheart is a thing. We keep forgetting Chthon is a thing. Chthon is how her powers work. Agatha, yep. Because we gotta remember, I'm not Agatha. Her powers come from Chthon, who is essentially Marvel's version of Cthulhu. Let me explain this to you this way, so you'll be like, oh shit. Dorian Mamoa is afraid of Chthon. He is scared shitless of him. And that's because that man is he's the reason all magic on the evil side works. And that's where Wanda's powers come from. But want to know something? Let's go to episode 6 now. Because episode 5, while it gave us a lot of information, episode 6 is where everything kind of popped in. Wasn't I right about how they were going to show Quicksilver all shot up and shit?
Yeah, you were right. You called that.
Because I was like, they're not going to call it that. Also, you'll notice Quicksilver is from a different universe. Because even Wanda's like, why do you look different? Like, yeah. Even he doesn't know. He's like, I don't know why I look different. I just came here. He's like, last time I knew, I was shot up and I heard a voice. Also, we got Baby
What
Wicked.
If they merged both chicks together? Because they couldn't get the original guy.
That'd make sense.
Because he mentioned being shot up. And then he has his personality from the Fox movies.
Yeah. And he's I can see, he has sort of a mixture of both. I can see that. That makes a lot of sense. And here's the thing, Marvel recast their heroes this isn't their first recast. Remember, what's his face? Terrence Howard, the Iron Man got recasted with, what's his face? Don Cheadle.
Yeah, and the girl who's Cass Lane got recasted too.
Yep. So I'm like, yeah, this it's possible. Yeah. This is a very difficult situation. And then it was like, Wanda's hex has now expanded to beyond then. But then here's where I'm like, okay, we're really in a fucked up situation. She said she doesn't even know how she did this.
Yeah.
And Vision knows.
It's her emotions.
Yeah. Because every time she's had an emotional breakdown in the comics, it has always led to some catastrophic event. House of M, when she wasn't getting any therapy or any help.
Wow.
That's what happened. Nobody actually sit there and reads it, but it's like, what happened in House of M, she was sad that her kids weren't there anymore, and nobody talked to her about them. And then one day she had a mental meltdown because the Wasp was like, whatever happened to your kids? And in her mind, she went fucking crazy and brought an alien invasion to Earth. Killed Hawkeye, and then like, Xavier was like, I'm gonna take her and keep her in a room by herself. And he was doing mental torture to her because he kept making her remember her kids. And then out of nowhere, she got so mad she altered reality. She was gonna kill that nigga for real. But Quicksilver came to her, and Quicksilver's a manipulative asshole in the comics. Like, we got the good Quicksilver. This Quicksilver is kind of manipulative because he was like, you know what you should do? It's like that sibling that he knows you're the younger one, so he knows he can manipulate you. But since they're twins, he knows that she's mentally unstable, and he told her, you should do this and make Dad in charge. She was like, bet. And she turned the whole Marvel Universe into mutant-loving people. Just for Magneto to find out that he manipulated her, like, what the fuck did you do in my name, boy? And broke that nigga's legs. Like, Magneto was pissed, because he was like, you don't do that shit. I didn't tell you to do that. But I say, we do it the normal way, or we do it the hard way. And, like, that's when she said, no more mutants, because she got frustrated. And that's how House of M happened. So I don't know who manipulated her and is doing all of this in the MCU, But there gotta be a dickhead, because even this Quicksilver is kind of an asshole. He's like, you're the one who revived your dead boyfriend, and that's when she threw that nigga clear across the fucking, wherever they were at.
Oh, yeah.
What I'm wondering is, like, will Vision die when he goes out the Hex? Because he was being torn apart.
Does. I think he does die without the Hex.
That's fucking crazy. I have to say, because I'm like, there's so much shit pointing towards things. But, yeah, I think that, what do you have to say on it? On episode 6, give out your full summary.
I want to know more. I want to know who the engineer is. I'm hoping that this will lead to mutants. That she's the one who pretty much opens up the X gene.
That, yeah, I could see it. I mean, and I hope. Is it bad that I hope they bring back the older cast? Not the old cast from the first X movie, but the ones from the First Class universe.
I wouldn't mind that either because they're still young.
Extremely. So that's all I really care for. That everything leads to mutants in the Fantastic Four. But yeah, these were 2 really amazing episodes. Bro, someone said they better have Darcy be a waitress in the next sitcom episode. Just so we can have Kat Dennings being her 2 broke girls persona. I'm like, yes, because I simp. But yeah, I think we made it to our hour mark. Yep. I would say ask questions, but I'm kind of tired. And I don't think anyone has any questions.
What we could do is have them ask during the week.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Because, that makes a lot of sense. But, yeah, I'll probably be streaming again later.
I might be streaming in a few minutes, maybe, depending how I feel, because my stomach hurts.
So he's probably not streaming until tomorrow, anyhow. But
probably.
I'm probably gonna stream Persona 4 Gold in the next week. Not next week, in the next couple hours. Because I decided I want to try to stream twice on Sundays. Because I'm like, if I'm not doing anything, because we're already doing the podcast, so that's already some content there. If I'm not doing anything, we will definitely do a Persona stream or something else. We need some wholesomeness after yesterday. Y'all know what y'all did. All of y'all know what you did. I have to say, I did not see that much ass and titties in my face yesterday. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us for another Phantom Lounge podcast. We really do appreciate you guys. Don't forget to hit that follow if you are new here. Yeah, don't forget to check out Gothic Churros channel as well on Twitch. We will see you guys next Sunday. Peace, love, and let your heart be your guiding key. Peace out.